says it's live, and not quite yet on the other one, but
there it goes. Hey, right there. So I got the time wrong again, huh?
Did you?
Well, you said 9:30.
9:30.
I thought you were 2 hours apart.
Yeah. You know, the whole Arizona confusion thing.
Yeah. I know. Arizona confusion. Got it.
Yeah, right now we're, let's see, we're lined up with Pacifica? No, Mountain. But very soon we're switching back over and being lined up with Pacific. So anyway, we're here.
We are.
Yes. And
Good
I see we
morning.
have Ingrid and Vicky, Cindy, Beck, Nancy, Andrea. Yeah. Hello. And hello, Peg.
Hello. How are you guys? So glad to see everybody.
So Peg has already done the Pick a Stick challenge this month, but I have not. So I'm going to do the Pick a Stick challenge, but I'm not going to do it on an art journal page, even though our title is art journaling today. She's going to art journal. I'm going to do the Pick a Stick challenge on a 5x7 canvas because that's what I've been doing all month. And I'm going to continue it for 100 days. So everything is just going to be on a little canvas instead of on another substrate. But the thing about the Pick a Stick challenge is it doesn't have to be an art journal page. It can be anything. You can put it on anything and just use these steps to, give yourself something to do. They're one-word prompts that you can interpret any way you want. If you're not familiar with the Pick a Stick challenge, there might be some people who watch this later who don't know about it. It is our monthly challenge. There's 2 colors every month, and those are kind of our theme colors for the month. And then we have some steps that are randomly drawn. The first 6 steps you do in order. You can put something before, something in between, something after. You could put something on in between each step if you wanted to. You could also use the other 2. Sorry if you guys hear my dog barking. I need to shut my door. But there's 2 wild cards that you can replace one of these. Like if you just can't come up with an idea for some prompt, you can change it with these wild cards. You can use them all. You could use all 10. You can use 8, whatever you want. So it's just to give you some kick in the pants to get you creative, and that's all it is. So instead of doing an art journal page, I'm going to do a canvas, and I'm going to go shut my door.
So I did this earlier on. There is a video out there on my channel, which is Peg Robinson. And if you want to see how I did this, what I'm doing, I'm doing some of these challenges in my, this is that calendar journal I started some time ago. So I'm doing some of my pages just in my calendar. So this was the February one. I started off the beginning of February with the Pick a Stick. It's got a flip up page on here. And then I'm flipping over to the next page. And this is where I started this morning because I don't know if you guys know Cindy Utter. Is Cindy in the house? I'm looking. I don't see Cindy yet. Anyway, Cindy Utter does a pick and choose. And so I was using her prompts from the pick and choose. And I will have a video with this whole page when I finish it up for her pick and choose. But I started out with that this morning. And it was, use a brayer or a gift card. And that's what hers is like. You get to choose between 2 things, and drop ink or fluid acrylic from a pie, ink drippage, scraps or ephemera. So, I mean, I'll have all of this stuff in here on this page when I get it finished. But, I want to remind you guys that February in Art Joy Sharing Facebook group is about fantasy. So I was thinking that I should be doing some kind of little fairies or, doing some winged things here for the month of February. So, I mean, yeah, my little flying fairy here. You know, I can add wings, and that's the thing about doing these challenges. You can add whatever you want to them. So I'll finish this page up, but I want to move on to something else. This is just what I was doing in the green room this morning when we were getting ready, and I thought, well, I'll kind of knock off a video for later this week with this, and then, you know, I'll work on something else for the show. And I want, hey, there's Cindy. There's Cindy. Cindy, I'm just talking about your pick and choose. So, you know, go over and check out Cindy's channel. She's got pick and choose on there, and you'll have a lot of fun doing that. So I'll finish this one up later. And I'm going to pull out some other stuff that I've been working on. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know, Shel and I have been doing this 100-day challenge. Right, Shel?
Yeah, I'm just doing it every day.
Yeah. So we're doing this 100-day challenge thing. And so I've just, my 100-day challenge is to be creative every day for 100 days. And I don't care what it is. I mean, I've been playing with watercolor. I've been playing with my pens. I've been playing with just about everything that I've got out. And one of the things that you'll see me doing are these quirky faces. Well, I was putting together a system for ephemera. And I had these lunch sandwich bags, you know, stuff that you just have sitting around. It's nice paper because it's got that brown crinkly stuff, right? And these would be fun just to paint on or package stuff in. But what I was doing is I was making things for the ephemera that I make. Like this one has birds, so I was drawing little birds and things that, you know, can go onto my journal pages. These are all things that I drew and cut out. If I want to add color to them later, I can add color to them later. Stuck them in these. And I'll have, you know, body parts and flowers and all that kind of stuff. But these were what started me on this, were these faces. And I was doing these quirky little faces. And these are real easy things to do. You know, you just, and I'll show you how I go about this. So you can see I've got a few where I just started drawing here. Hey, we got people coming in. Hi, everybody. I see Vicky has joined us, and I don't know who Patches, NBA, Cindy, Rennie, Candy, Kelly, Marie, Dana, Tink,
Peggy,
Paula, yeah, Nancy, Andrea, Beck.
Yep, lots of people.
Ingrid. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so glad to see you all. So anyway, you know, this is a real easy way. And then, you know, if you're going on the go, you can just take a handful of these things with you. But I've got them in a tray here. And, you know, they can just be glued down on your pages or whatever. But the way you start this, the way I start this, and there are a number. Let me give you some names, because I started writing down some names for you this morning. I was thinking about this. Is this the right journal? No, this is the wrong journal. Hold on. Too many journals on my desk. I was thinking about this morning, and I started writing down names of people for you guys to go check out. I found a new watercolor one this morning. Farah Nabella Khan. Yeah, I just found her. Where's my name list? Where's my name list? Well, and a lot of you know these names. Oh, here we go. Like Tamara Laporte, Carla Sondheim, Karen Campbell, Marikey Blokeland. So, you know, these are all people that do quirky, funny stuff. I like cartoon stuff. I don't do realistic. So, you know, a lot of my stuff is this funny face, cartoony kind of stuff. All right. So check out those people. But you can see on this page, I had started. And what you do is you just draw a shape, you know, draw a shape. Just blobby shapes, okay? So there's some shapes. Then you have to think about, well, what kind of eyes do I want to give this? So I may make some big eyes. I may make some glasses. I may make some just, you know, kind of eyes like this.
That's pretty fun.
And then, you know, it's, what do you have to have? You have to have eyebrows, right? So you can do eyebrows going all kinds of ways here. Then we need noses. So let's see, we've got, let's do a fun one like that. This guy here can just have a regular U. This one can have a nose going up this way. Okay, so then we need mouths, right? So we can just do different shapes for the mouth. I think this guy needs some help with his eye. This one, let's see, how do I want to do this one? Let's do an open mouth on this, and let's do some teeth in there. This one, he looks a little angry. Let's make him a little bit angry. This one looks like he's having a hard time of it. And this one, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just kind of like so. And then, you know, you got to have ears, you know, so you can put ears on them. You can just keep going with this. Just keep creating. And then once I get all of the features on, because I did that with my Stabilo All pencil, I just take a water brush like this, and I just set that with my water brush. And you can use some of that ink that's there to do your shadowing. And it's just fun to play around with, to make these little peoples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I do that. And then, you know, you can cut them all out and put them in a container so that they can then be added to your journals.
So I am working with the Pick a Stick challenge. Instead of using a stamp, like it says. I didn't want to use a rubber stamp. I decided to use a stencil as a stamp. It gives you a lot more grungy effect than like a real solid line. And since I'm still working on the background, I kind of wanted a little bit of this grungy effect. I started out by putting some white gesso and a couple different colors of a teal with a scraper on the background. Then I did roll the yellow paint onto the stencil and stamp it down, and that was my stamp. Then the next thing was bright, and I decided to add a little bit of this really bright fluorescent color with my fingers. I did put barrier cream on, so don't worry about my fingers, guys. or my skin soaking up anything. I've got the barrier cream on. The next thing is letter, and I'm going to go to that next, and I've got another stencil to put some letters on with. So just figured I'd give it a dry real quick. So I'm going through these things pretty quick. I've got yellows and pinks. So that's going to be my basis of color. A lot of my projects get started with what color am I going to use, because that's what I think about a lot. So pink and yellow this month, or flirt and freesia as we call it. And those aren't the accurate representations of the colors. I printed this out on Fast Draft, so you don't get the color saturation that you would on something else. So let's go with some letters. Letters.
All right, I lost my pen again.
I didn't take it.
Likely story. I was looking for my Pentel brush pen, of which I had 2 out on my desk this morning because I already used it, so I know it's here.
I adore that pen. That's just the best pen ever.
I'm going to put some of these Posca away so that they're not confusing me. And I've been using, I've been doing a lot of armchair work this week because I wasn't feeling the best. And so I've been using my distress crayons and my brush pens and all of that kind of stuff. And, with a lap board, I can get a lot done. All right. Where did you go? This is so frustrating. I know. Oh, there we go. There is a Pentel pocket brush pen, one of my favorites.
I know it's there somewhere.
Right. So they're talking about the weather and everything. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just feel so sorry for those folks down south that got hit with this. Anyway, these are remember those packaging pieces that I was working on last week? These are those dollar store packaging things that, I wasn't going to just toss. And I put a little gesso on, a little bit of watercolor on. And I said, this has got to dry down because that's what I was doing. I was letting it dry down. And then I can come back with my pen, and just start turning this into something a little prettier. Just real easily, add some things and make it your own pretty background paper. One of the things that I heard this week was I want to know what you do with all that stuff that you didn't finish. So I'll show you. This is one of the things that I do with that stuff that, I start on the show and don't have time to finish because everything's soaking wet, right? But with these brush pens, it's just simple brush strokes, I'm just doing simple stuff here. I love it. And it doesn't.
I found out yesterday.
What's that?
You know what I found out yesterday?
What?
Posca makes a brush pen.
Oh, yeah. I have them.
You have them and you didn't tell me?
Yeah,
I had no idea they
this
made
is a
brush.
Posca brush pen. Okay, it has a little pump on the end where you pump the paint to get it down to the brush tip. And there's the brush on it.
I had no idea. I was
Yeah,
watching.
well, I bought them. You remember when I went to Art of the Carolinas?
Oh yeah, it was the place that I found out that they had it was Jerry's Artarama, which of course is
Right, which is the one that, yeah. Well, I'd gone to Jerry's, and they of course had a deal on them, so I had to get some. I think I only bought maybe 3 or 4 colors. I got the black, the white. I got a pretty blue. Just to try them out to see if I liked them.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I got them.
Nobody
And I
told
can
me.
say they work like these brushes, they're brush pen. So
So
if
the
you
next
wanted to do, like little brush roses or something on here with this, you can still, come back with the white on top
sprayers
and
are
add.
fun. I needed to spritz, and so of course none of my sprayers work with crap.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Marabou Art Spray, which is a acrylic spray, which is why it has its issues.
Okay, so here's the other thing about these brush pens that I want to tell you guys. And there are instructions on the side here that tells you how to use them, which is really nice. But I like the caps on them because they've got an inner cap. And you know how paint sometimes will flow out? This has an inner cap and it keeps it nice. Really keeps it's tight and it really keeps it nice. They did a good job on these.
Yeah,
So,
I was watching a Jerry's Artarama thing, and they were showing how you use that because
yeah.
it's not the press down thing that you do with the regular Posca pen.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing that they were showing,
Yeah.
And then if it comes with instructions too, that's nice. And they had some really big pins, like big square chunky pins, and just all kinds of fun stuff. Look at how bright this canvas is turning out.
You like that transformation, Ingrid? That's cool. Yeah, so I mean, and then this, can just be turned into a mini journal, because I can do one of those like accordion concertina things. I'll fold it in half, and then, you guys know the drill. You fold it back like this, flip it over, fold it back like this. And then I've got this to start my book. If I want to extend this, I can just do the other one too, and fold this and then glue them together and make it a really long piece. But, then you just take something and wrap it around here and you've got yourself a really cute little journal without, spending money. This is just recycled package from the dollar store, guys.
That's really fun. Okay, what's the next thing? After spritz comes, ooh, collage.
So another
I
thing.
don't usually see that on the Pick-a-Stick. I think I have this drawing that I made on a piece of deli paper of a pink flamingo. And since we got that freesia color, I wonder if I should not do a flamingo.
Well, yeah.
This is just like a little sketch because I thought I was going to do something and then I didn't do it. And then anyway, I could do it now.
You could do it now.
So the question is, Oh,
Oh,
I
I
could.
got my 2020 out here. If you guys want some awesome stencils, you can check with Carla. She's in the chat there. And she does stencils. Okay, so these stencils that I've got here are from Stencil Girl, of course. And one of the things that I was inspired by, this is something that we've done for years, but you know, you start looking at other people and what they've been doing lately, and it gets you going again.
It's like, oh, I remember that. I used to do that.
I know. Well, and I know Shel has done this with the foam plates because I've watched her do it, where you just take a foam plate and you put this down and you're going to scribe onto the foam plate.
Yeah, I love doing that.
I was watching some old Mary Beth Shaw stuff, and she was using Stencil Girl stencils, and she was making these plates using the Stencil Girl stencils, and I thought, oh, I want to do that because I have a lot of this stuff. This is let me get it for you. It's a, you know, regular art product. If you don't have foam plates, I've got this stuff. This is from Innov Art, and I think they're the same ones that make those make the rubber that I like for carving. But this is just, it's called Presto Foam. It's for a printing plate, so they are made for this purpose. So what you do is you take a stencil. Now these, you can see this is one that I've already done. And which one did I work off of? This was from this stencil, okay? And so I did this one with this. I did this one with that one. This is with that one. So I was just sitting in my chair, nothing else to do, right? Watching videos and making stuff. So what you do is you take a piece of this foam. Yeah, I just had it here. What did I do? Take a piece of the foam, and I have different sizes of stylus. Mary Beth was just using a ballpoint pen, which you can do, but grab another stencil here, and you just lay this down on your piece. And see, this is my flower making kit. So in here, oh look, I've got others. Here's one where I was just freeforming it, where I had taken a pen and I was drawing those flowers. So I could use this to stamp onto that other paper that we were just using. But this has all different sizes of stylus in here. And so I've got a great big ball. So if you want a smoother surface, you use this. If you want something more scratchy, then you're going to get a smaller one, you know, like this. So you got both kinds here. And you just take it and start to draw around your design. So I'm going to draw in my design, following the stencil. I'm just pressing in. And then depending on whether I want it real smooth, you know, I can come in here and push this down with a real smooth piece, or I can come in with a scratchy end and I can scratch all those lines inside of there. But that's really all there is to it, guys. That's how you create these. So then what you do is use this. Let me get this out of the way. And I'm going to get a little bit of paint out here. And a brayer. Wherever my brayer is. Here we go. And I'm just going to use a brayer. Got a little bit too much paint on this one. But you can see the design is scribed in this. And then, you know, you can use these on your gel plate. You can use them just directly in your journal, however you want to use it. But yeah, you end up printing with these plates. And you get cool designs. Let me do this floral one, see how it turned out. This is just one that I freehanded. Of course, I don't have enough. Let's mix it up. Shel will say baby poo.
There is such a color, I'm sure.
Yeah. But you see all the texture there, and then, you know, when you go to stamp that, get that up where you guys can see it. But, you know, think about all your drop papers that you could just, you know, come in and do something like this with.
Endless drop papers.
Yeah. And you've got all that color, and then you can just, you know, make your own design or whatever you want to do, and voila. So anyway, I was reminded about that, and I thought, oh, yeah, we need to talk about that one. Because it is about sharing, you know.
That is what we try to do around here.
Yep. So what step are you on, Shel?
I'm on step 5, which is collage.
Uh-huh.
And I'm paper painting. Like you do.
Like you do. Yeah, some other stuff that I was reminded about this week. We were talking about sprays this morning, right?
Evil.
We all have issues with sprays.
Evil. They're evil.
Hi, Debbie Cork. Hi. Who else is coming in? Debbie Cork and Arlene. I don't think I've said a good morning to you guys. Cindy Bagley. So anyway, I was playing around with sprays this morning. You know, because I really like sprays when they work. And I was a little bit disgusted with my Liquitex. You know, I like the graffiti kind of Liquitex spray because it dries fast. And if I'm working on a big canvas, this stuff works great. However, they clog really quickly. And I have gone to the extent where I bought extra nozzles. Like I put this one on this morning because the one that was on here was not working. Because you can take these off and you can switch them out and you can wash them out. And I do that, and I clear the nozzles.
And
but
yet,
everybody has trouble with spray paint. you know, with these, you just want to make sure that you've got them shaken really well so that all that stuff in the bottom is not going up the tube. And then, you know, you can probably get a pretty good, yeah, you can get a pretty good spray with it. And then when you finish for the day, turn it upside down and spray it until it comes out clear. That's how you're supposed to store them. Now, I have done all of those things and still had trouble. And that's when I put a new nozzle on these. Just saying, it's not the cure-all, but it helps. All right. So I was going to play in another journal today. I was feeling Shel. I was feeling abstract.
Man, I've been feeling abstract like you would not believe. It's just going crazy. All I want to do is abstract.
You know, I have all kinds of papers. You know, these are just different papers that I've created with gel printing and cleanups and all of that. So I was pulling some of this stuff out, deciding was I going to use some of this in here. I think I might, because the colors in the background go with this one. I'm going to get rid of this. I think I'd prepped this with some gesso or something for something. I was going to do some watercolor, and then I changed my mind. Like I do.
Yeah, mind changing is a thing.
So I'm just going to, one of the quickest ways to deal with these kind of papers is just with a glue stick.
There it goes. Oh, look at that man. Alright. I need some more of this bright pink. Bright, bright, bright. Just getting some pink papers on here. Whatever I could find in my piles of ridiculous papers that need to get put away but never do.
Glue it down. Stick it down.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here too. Trying to use up some of this, you know, because we create. Man, we do a little bit of something, and we create so much.
Yeah,
for collage.
like one little bit of doing some gel printing, and suddenly you've got like enough collage to do the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Which is the way I like it. I was telling Peg earlier that I think that I'm going to need to go to 12-step for a paper addiction. I seem to be suffering from.
Thanks, Vicki. Appreciate it. Use the bestest.
The bestest.
If you got okay,
Bits are fun.
Speaking
This
of
is
tools,
a baby wipe, and it's like it comes apart like in fluff, like paper fluff. So it really is looking like feathers on this guy when I put this paper fluff on there. And it's a baby wipe that got some ink on it at some point. And it's just coming apart so cool. But in order to glue it down, I do use the fluid matte medium. The other papers, I've got this gel type, which I use the most often. But these fibery, weird little fibery things work better if you use the fluid, because it saturates the fibers and gets in there. Get in there.
Get in there.
So I'm just putting like a dot of it and then spreading it out a little bit and putting the fibery stuff down, and then just kind of touching the edges and getting that soak in a little bit. That's what I'm doing, because that's how you do it. So here's some more neck. It's gonna need some more neck.
So you guys have seen a lot of things that people think they have to have.
I have to have all of it.
I think a lot of times if you look around your studio and the things that you already have, sometimes you have things that are dual purpose. Like I saw they were selling a whole new paper cutter from Tim Holtz.
Really?
That had a decal edge to it. And I thought, well, I have decal edge scissors. I have decal edge on my rulers. I don't need that, because if I want a really cool decal edge, I can just come in here with my ruler and I can tear this and get a lovely decal edge. And I've got two different decal edges if I want a bigger decal. You know, you get the cutter, you got one edge, you got one cut, right? These, they got 3 different sides to them. You got a smooth and 2 different decals. You know, this has a ridge and another one. But I mean, to me, I can get both of these for the price of one of those Tim Holtz cutters. Just a
Don't let them lure you in.
clue, just a clue. How you can use your money wisely. So let's see, did I get that glued down? Sort of, kind of. Still got a few edges, but I'll be all right.
I was just thinking in my head, counting all the different types of decal things I have.
Hi,
I have
Laura.
decal rulers. I have
How are you?
decal scissors. I have a decal rolling cutter thing, you know, like,
yeah.
I got that. I've got decal till forever. I don't know why I would need a new cutter that has.
Well, because it was new out on the market, and you know, everybody looks at the new out on the market. And I've been looking at the new out on the market, and I'm thinking, well, you know, remember last year, before all of the COVID stuff, Shel and I did a video, which was creative hobby industry hacks.
Yeah.
And we took a bunch of products apart and did them our way. Just, you know, a little reminder for you guys that you don't have to go with what they're marketing to you. You can, you know, save your money for the things that you really need, and you know, like stencils. I think I'm going to use this.
I don't need any stencils.
I think I'm going to use this one because it kind of mimics this piece that we did here. I think I'm going to use that. Got a tub of deco scissors. Yeah.
Yeah, tons of them. I have them.
Well, and you know, I've even gotten like pinking shears and stuff from the secondhand store. It's going to cut paper, you know. You don't need the best sewing shears.
Yeah, if they wear out for fabric, you can still cut paper with them.
Yeah. So let's see. I've got some spray out here. I wonder if that blue spray will spray for me. I'll give it a try.
Give it a try.
I better grab a couple pieces of.
You got like maybe your odds are 1090 or something that it's going to actually spray, but it might.
It might. I'll grab a couple pieces of paper for the overspray.
Always a good plan.
I'm trying to, catch the overspray.
I picked up my iPad that I watched the show on as we're going, and I was trying to find the link to the show and fussing about that, and my iPad is covered with overspray. It's completely covered.
So this is one of those instances, guys, where the spray is not cooperating. So I'm going to have to work on this one. I had it spraying before the show, of course. So I'm just going to take that lid off and soak it. See if I can clean that one out. I'll just go with a different color. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, like that. And see, the thing about that is that's going to dry quickly because it's the professional Liquitex. Before I forget, I'm going to spray it upside down, clean it out, and it's ready to store. But here's remember we had the drop paper that we'd started earlier with the stamps and things that we were using. So I just threw this down on there to clean the excess. And our drop paper is getting really pretty too. Okay. So that's kind of cool.
Some more glue. I'm gonna need to buy some more glue. I should just make a, when you have something on Amazon that just comes automatically, whatever that's called. I should put Liquitex gel matte medium on there. Just come automatically. That's how fast I go through this stuff. All right, I'm probably pretty happy with that pink, and I think I'm going to do the rest of the paint. So I've got this stuff collaged on there. It looks like feathers, which is nice. And make sure it's all stuck down all around, especially those long fluffy bits. But that's probably pretty good. I know that it doesn't look that much different from the background yet because I haven't done any shading or anything, but you guys can kind of see that it's very textural. It's got interesting texture on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm going to try to give it a dry.
Arlene says she has a couple of things from Amazon that came that way.
Yeah, I mean, things like stuff that you use around your house, that's, I think, pretty common to do it that way, but I don't know about art supplies. I've never done it with art supplies, but I just think I probably need probably this stuff once every couple months. I should just put it on. And then you get a little bit of a discount when you do it that way.
So these are the paints that I just had out on my desk because I was doing that other page when, you know, before the show started. I showed you the little fairy I was working on in my diary. So these were colors that I was using, and I thought, well, okay, they'll work with this too. I don't want any more than like 3 to 5 colors usually when I'm working like this, but there's already these peaches and oranges and blues in here. So I'm going to grab the stencil that coordinates with this stamp that we created. And I'm going to use some of these colors that are already out here on my desk. I'm just going to use one of the smudgy. I'm going to use a smudgy. I finally remember what it is when they don't carry them anymore.
Yeah. That's pretty sad they don't carry them anymore, but Mary Beth said that this company doesn't have them.
Well, I have seen them on Amazon since she said they don't carry them anymore. So, I mean, they may still be out there. I don't know. But I have mine, and I've used them for years, and I just keep washing them out until they die.
Until they
I will
die.
keep on smudging. You know? Need some more of that blue. And these are just those Americana cheap craft paints because it's in my journal. You know, I'm not using something fancy. I'm just using craft paint here.
Anyway, I guess I'll collage on a few of the flowers. It seems so tropical. It seems like it needs some sort of flowers on there. These are cut out of some gel printed deli paper with a Tracy Bautista stencil. And it's got that yellow, bright yellow that I need for the challenge. So, and then it's kind of informing me with the background of it that I need to put some darks in, which I already knew that anyway. And it's telling me that the darks are going to have to be brown, not black. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I know how I feel about that. So I'm just moving across the page, getting some flow going here. And I'm using a couple of different shades of blue. And just layering and layering because I like the depth from the layers that I get. That's one of the things about abstract art that I like is the depth. And the randomness and the, you know, just the motion, you know, it's got it all going on.
So I wonder what they're talking about. I better look. Talking about shots.
So let's grab another stencil. Shops? What kind of shops?
Shots.
Oh, shots. Oh,
Vaccination.
yeah.
I called and tried to get scheduled because I take care of a cancer patient and two elderly patients, or two elderly people.
Yep.
And it seemed like their description that I would be able to be like a healthcare provider type person, you know?
Yeah.
So I called them and they're like, no, if you were paid, to take care of those people, then you would qualify, but you don't otherwise.
Well, how stupid is that?
I'm like, would you like me to have them pay me $1 or something? I mean, you know, there are people at risk at my house, and I'm the one that has to go out and get stuff. And I'm just constantly worried that I'm going to get sick and then make everyone else sick.
Right.
They weren't having any of it.
Oh, I tell you. Well,
everything's different, and you know, it may not be the same somewhere else.
Well, my brother who is older than I has not been able to get it just because of location.
Yeah.
Because here in town, nobody's getting them.
Right.
But I drove 2 hours for my first shot, and I will do the same. Well, it'll be 4 hours round trip. I'll do the same next week. And that's a reminder to you guys. It will be on Friday next week because I will be getting my second COVID shot. So, but it just doesn't, there's no consistency. Nobody knows what's going on. We just do what we have to do to try to take care of the people that we love. And
yeah, it's just, it's inconsistent, but
yeah,
it's just, I mean, it's just a management situation. It's hard to manage everything and get every, you know, supply, demand, all that stuff factors in. Oh, done with collage. I can mark that one. I'm not going to do pop-up because this is a canvas and I don't really have something to pop it up or pop it open, or that would be weird. So I'm just going to skip that one. What happened to my, there it is. So collage is done. Not going to do pop-up, so then I need to, well, I was just using heat, so I'll just replace it with heat. I might put something heat embossing or something in a minute, but I'm going to do some shadows first. This is a Pentel color brush in sepia. Remember I was saying I need to do brown.
Yep.
So because of these prints that I cut out, I'm gonna.
That sounds cool. I have them in, I think, gold and silver and black, but I don't have the brown.
Well, I was fussing about not having a Pentel pocket brush in other colors. That was annoying me one day, and we were talking about filling them ourselves, and then I found these, but the only colors I could, but the two colors I wanted were gray and dark blue, and well, three, gray, dark blue, and brown.
Yeah.
And I didn't find a dark blue, but I did find this sepia, which is a brown, and then a gray.
Yeah, you're right. Those three colors would be awesome.
Those were the colors I wanted. They were like, why don't they have them? But these are not India ink, though. They are a water-soluble product, so not exactly what I wanted, but
I wonder what those ones I have are. Do I have them out here? I wonder if they move. I need to check them.
yeah, these definitely move. These two that I got, the Pentel ones.
Yeah, I don't know what mine are right now.
If it was an India ink like the Pentel pocket brush. black.
Yeah. Yeah, no, all inks are not created the same, are they?
No. But I do like it. I mean, it's almost like a watercolor product, so I can just blend it out, you know,
Yeah.
which is something that I enjoy.
How are we doing here? Okay, I like that. Need to dry that down. Vicky says go brown.
Oh, she's on Team Brown.
Ingrid, yeah, use your eternity of days. You know, it's all about enjoying life, and you can't enjoy life very well if you're sick.
Okay, little
Oh,
guy.
well done, Laura. I hope you can get her in.
I was able to get my two elderly people shots here in my city, but other people that I know who live here in this city had to drive up to Phoenix because they couldn't get through. So
Crazy.
but then the same people I was talking, they were saying that their parents had to go to Phoenix. They're the ones that the parents had to go to Phoenix, but then their nanny, who only takes care of the one child but is paid to take care of him,
Yeah.
was able to get hers.
Wow.
And she's like in her 20s.
Yeah.
So it's just very inconsistent.
It's inconsistent. It's annoying because, you know, you want everybody to have the opportunity to be taken care of.
Yes, definitely.
So I've got my stamped piece here. I think I'm going to use a gel press to put that ink on.
Getting out the gel press.
I've got just a small plate in my brayer, and I've got these other two colors here on my palette, and I'm going to mix those a little bit on the gel press plate. And I'm putting it on kind of thick because I want to use that stamp to pick it up with. Let's see what this looks like. So I'm gonna just, you know, pick up some of that paint with this stamp that we created. Looks like I didn't get it done very good. There we go. And then I'm going to try stamping with that.
All right, let's get. I still need to use heat, don't I? What shall I do?
Oh yeah, that's cool. You guys see that?
Let's do a little bit of highlights real quick before I get out something for heat.
Let's try it again. Keep going with this.
So I just have some white acrylic paint, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of highlight on my little bird here because I think I should have it.
That's adding a lot of really cool texture. Texture.
We like it.
I do like it. I do like it a lot. Okay, so I've got that. Let me grab another sponge here. One of these soft ones. Maybe get a little bit of, soften some of this up a little bit.
All right, what else do I need? I need a little bit of white.
Back, push it back.
Just to make sure that the eye is thicker. Some acrylic on there. Okay, so what else do I need? Heat, something with heat. Let's go look in the embossing drawer. Find something fun. Well, that might be fun. Just add another layer of interest here. Well, I guess I should do this. So I need to apply some sort of glue. I used to have this embossing pen, but I don't really have it anymore. Because that would be super cool. So I guess I'm just going to use I should have an inker. There we go. So this is the re-inker for the embossing ink. And I'm just kind of using it to add some where I want it. Maybe I'll blend it around a little bit with my finger. See if that's a good start. And this is just clear with a little bit of yellow, like a beeswax color. And I just think that might add like some warmth and maybe vintagey type of a look to my piece here. So let's try it, see what it looks like. Too bad I don't have fluorescent pink embossing powder. That would be fun. That's interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's even more texture on there, a little bit of bumpy, interesting texture. So that's my heat. Still gonna have to do something about these flowers. I don't like that they don't have leaves, because that's like one of those things about me. I'm obsessed with leaves. So let's draw some. Add in some leaves. A little bit of crayon or something.
I'm thinking about what I want to use for a focal on this.
I think I want to add something to these flowers because they just need to be blue. That's a technical term, blue. So that was some Stabilo Woodies crayons that I drew on here with. And they're highly reactive to water. So I'm just blending a little bit so they don't look quite so scratchy.
Love woodies.
They are so fun. Big fat crayons. You can really like scribble. You know how I like to scribble. I thought there was a darker one there. That's
not there.
Dark to the centers. All right. Got some flowers, got a flamingo. Oh, needs a little catch right in his eye now that that black is dried. Do I need anything else? There's a couple spots where the paper attracted the ink and made it kind of like a little splotch. So I could just go with a little bit of this. Pencil to make sure that it's not.
Probably isn't cutting the best because it's still kind of damp. I thought I'd give it a try anyway. This is one of those In Love Arts guys.
I'm gonna have a little blushing cheek. I think that's cute. Cute. I don't know. I think I'm done.
Are you?
Yep. I better run over the steps again. All right. We've got stamp. I did that with the stencil. Bright. I added the bright pink in the background. Letter. I stenciled on some letters. Spritz. I used this yellow heart spray to spritz. Collage. I collaged the flamingo and the flowers. And then heat, for the heat embossing, I've got the pink flirt and the yellow freesia. And that's going to be my pick-a-stick challenge.
Very cool.
There's still 15 minutes left.
So what you gonna make now?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get this thing out of the die. Some of these intricate ones take a little bit of finessing, especially when your paper's still wet.
Well, that could be the problem right there.
Yeah. Well, you know,
everywhere.
I like to live dangerously.
All right. What was I working earlier? Oh, that's right. But do I want to finish that on live? Not really. Let's just start tomorrow's, I guess. Here's Starla. I don't know if you guys know her. Sometimes she's in the chat. Hello, Michael Ann and Arlene. I don't think I saw you guys earlier. Marie. Anyway, Starla is somebody that follows my channel and comments frequently and sometimes comes to live. She sent me an Amazon package. Just like came from Amazon. It said, "This is from Starla." I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And it was a pack of these little 4x4s.
Just what you needed.
A 12 pack, yeah. So I'll start one of these.
Perfect
Why
size. Not? Perfect little size.
Yeah. I had bought that big pack of the 5x7, 72 of them. And so you can see this is a little bit smaller. Not as small as my very smallest one that I've had, but pretty small. How shall I start this?
Okay, so this was not my best idea ever. It was definitely too wet. The paint is sticking.
Okay, somebody suggest how you want me to start this. Paint, stenciling, ink, collage. Just shout out and I'll do it, whatever it is. It's not going to get finished. It'll just be a start for tomorrow. Because I've already worked on today's. You could start with some acrylic paint. What colors do you want? Whoever says anything, paint, okay? Paint, Cindy says. She was the first one. What color do you want? Arlene wants stenciling.
Well, paint and stencils go together.
Yeah. Blue. Okay, I'm going to finger paint with blue. So I've got a few different blues here. Let's see. We'll pick a multitude of a blue. Where's that other one? Yeah. I want a darker one. Oh,
this stuff I do not want to tear.
Okay, how about got phthalo blue. All right. Sounds good. I don't really want to make a mess on my mat, so I'll get. So this one is light blue violet. This one is phthalo turquoise blue, and this one is cerulean blue hue. And I'll just start with some finger painting on there to get my background going. And let's go with the dark one first. That little turquoise. Oh, that is turquoise. I was thinking it was more blue. Definitely turquoise. But pretty. Kind of looks like the ocean.
That's a gorgeous color.
Yeah. Get my sides painted while I'm here.
Finger paint, acrylic paint.
That's what they said to do. That's what I'm doing. They said it.
So new granddaughter's name is Violet. I love that.
Get a little bit of this light blue violet.
I think I need some. It's a little bit thickish. I think I need some matte medium here. Hold that down.
All right, that's pretty. Let's get that one blended up. One right there. Blend it up into there. Maybe I want some texture in it.
Still got some paint in that.
Let's see. What do I got on the floor? Well, I got some sort of stencil. I do. Whoa. Just about tipped over in the mess. That's interesting. Let's get my baby wipe. Make sure it's wet. Let's get a little bit of texture on here. Why not?
Why not?
Cool. Oh, that's particularly good right there. You know, it's kind of like monoprinting. You don't really know what you're going to get till you lift the stencil up when you do a technique like that. But
yeah,
that is really cool.
Whoops.
Good choice, people. Good choice. All right, let me get this dry. While I'm drying it, you guys think about the next step.
How are we doing here? Oh, we got a few minutes left. Time to get busy. I thought I was. Okay, I want something a little more contrasty here, so I'm going to pull out another color, get some depth.
Cindy wants me to stencil words or letters in black. All right. Can probably use that same stencil I had. It's got good words on it. Hey, get off there.
This is almost like an abstract trellis. got the flowers going up this thing here.
Oh, stencil
Whoops.
words. Here we go.
Getting my ribbon in here.
This is a funny stencil. I haven't really used it that much. But it's funny. I need to get a stenciling brush. I think I'm just going to make them part of a design of some sort. So I'm going to put them this direction. Where's my black paint? Whoa, where's my black paint? Well, that's pretty weird. It's not a small thing of black paint. It's not that it is. Is that it? Ugh. It's on the ground. Of course.
I think I'm going to leave this alone to dry.
Yeah, we're about done anyways. Oops. Apparently I got the stencil in some white paint somehow.
So that's an abstract for today. So I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. I might come back with some, I don't know, lettering or something on top of it. I was working on, before we got started, I was working on this stuff. So remember, you know, to recycle your chipboard and such in your packaging. And then this one, I'm going to finish yet. This is the one I've started with Cindy's prompts from her pick and choose. This is the number 2 pick and choose. I did another one earlier. So this is the second one. And this is dried down enough now so that I can start working over the top of it with some markers, because that's the last prompt on this one is markers or gel pens. And so now that my background and everything is done, I'm ready to go with that.
Okay, well, I got the Pick a Stick challenge done for February. So that's good. And I got to start on tomorrow's little canvas. And that's what I did. Yeah.
You did good. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. Remember, next week will be on Friday. Thanks, Cindy. Appreciate it. Yeah, you know, the fantasy thing in Art Joy Sharon is this month. So, you know, remember to use the hashtag for AJOS Fantasy if you're doing some little fairies or, you know, pixies or whatever. And we'd love to see what you're working on.
Yes. Please share what you're working on, whatever it is.
Yeah. So I hope you got some goodie out of what we were doing today. You know, I was just playing around with lots of stuff this last week, and I wanted to share with you what I've been doing. If you want to see our whole week's worth of stuff, go over on
Instagram.
You can go on Instagram, or you can go on the Facebook page, because I think both of us have been doing the hashtag for the 100-day thing on the Facebook page too. So if you look under topics at the top, of the page, there'll be topics there. And you can,
I haven't put most of my 100-day projects in the group actually.
well, I
Do
did
that.
them like in a week at a time.
Did you put a file folder for them?
No. Oh, it's okay.
A
Like
hashtag.
if you've seen the new way Facebook is doing stuff, I'm gonna go to, oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna go to the group and I'm gonna find Art Joy is Sharing. And if you look up at the top, it says topics. And if you click topics, there's a whole list of topics there.
Well, that's cool. So if people are talking about it in the group, even if it was like a year ago, it'll pick up a topic.
Right. So all those hashtag topics that we have out there for
Yeah.
each month, like your mood board or your 100 days project, if you want to see what people have been doing with that, all you have to do is, here's the 100-day project. You can click it and it's going to show what's out there for that. And see, what I did is for my 100-day projects, I was just putting in a week's worth at a time.
Right.
You know, like first week, second week, because that's 100 days. It's like, so anyway, you can tag your posts with all of those topics and then it's going to drop in the right place. We don't have to actually take it to a folder and do all that other stuff that we were doing.
I don't pay attention too much to Facebook, so I didn't even notice that.
Well, I think it's a lot easier. So try that. I think you guys are going to like it.
So if we hashtag it, it'll automatically go on the topic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds cool.
All right, guys. Another week down. We'll see you next Friday and have a great week.
Yep. Have a great week and don't forget to share.